button on there. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back. I hope you're having a good week. We're going to be playing some Evil Genius today. I've already got the game going, and I'll tell you kind of what I did while we were away here. Just let you listen to the soundtrack while we were waiting here. Get the game back up here on the main screen here. I'll hit this button, and I have it on the wrong capture. Let me fix that just 1 second here. I have to go over to game capture. Let's see if that worked. There it goes. Alrighty, so pretty simple here. What I did is last stream we actually completed all the objectives to move on to the next island, and so instead of having you guys wait through just trying to get enough money to start the next island, I just went ahead and got enough money so we can go ahead. We'll pop back over here. The base itself is doing still pretty good. Nothing really changed that much. Had a couple attacks, so nothing too crazy, but we do have just a little over $2 million down here now, so that should be plenty enough to get our next base started to where we can start, if we need to, going back out to steal in the world. Now, this is not ideal because I was hoping to get some more research done by this point and have a couple more minions, especially the science minions or social minions. I'm trying to let the game run just a little bit, but we keep losing them from different means. So what's going to happen is once I hit the button, every minion's going to stop what they're doing and go pick up some sort of item. Usually it's one of your loots, so one of these things, and they'll start carrying it out to the depot. Once we get everything out to the depot, we'll send our Evil Genius out to the depot, and then we'll be able to move to our next island. So pretty simple there. This might take a minute, so I was kind of hoping to get a few more science minions, or a few more minions trained up just real quick, just so that, because once we get to the next island, usually they don't send agents too awful fast. However, it can be a case where they do send quite a few of them right away just to see what's going on. Usually they're not that good of an agent, so that's usually a good thing. I'm gonna wait for these guys to finish up training real quick before we move. At least these two, the marksman and the spin doctor, because we won't have a training base right away once we get to our next island. But I think that's the key word in this game. I think we're okay for now. So let's go ahead and start. We've already got the save game, so we can reopen it. We're gonna hit the new island button, and I'll say here, once the island transfer procedure it can't be stopped. And so it's like, are you sure it's time to abandon your diabolical home? Right, yes. So now if you see that, your minions will start now to evacuate the base. They will pack up loot items and make their way into the depots. When you are ready to leave, select your Evil Genius and right-click on the depot. Your Evil Genius will make your way to the depot. When your Evil Genius reaches the depot, they will leave the island with everybody and everything else in the depot. Anything else left behind will be lost. So, that being said, they're not taking anything else except for loot. And the gold. They'll take the gold with them, but anything in the barracks, anything like that, we'll have to rebuild again. So I'm going to start moving the Evil Genius, because it looks like we've cleared out most things already. That was pretty quick. Last time it took me a couple minutes for everybody to get out. So, but you see here, it's just a mass exits, and they usually will pile up here. So it might take a minute or so for all of them to get out. So I think it's just kind of time to walk through, say goodbye to everything. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Where does that come from? Oh, there's a super agent right there. That's no good. Because I don't know if I can command any of my... Nope. I can't command any of my people. Hopefully she'll stay on that side of the island. We don't have to worry about it. That is the hope. don't think any more minions are in here anymore. I think that mercenary was the last person to leave. So let's go ahead and keep walking this way. You would think, though, they would actually show the animation of them taking the money. But, no. Yes. Alrighty. Here we go. The evil genius is the last person to leave, of course. But, we get a nice loading screen. We'll get a nice cutscene as well as them traveling to the next island. Dun, dun. Here we go. So now we don't have the same helicopters. We do have these little, you know, a little more bulkier ones. But they look really nice. And there's the volcano. All good evil geniuses should have a volcano. So if you look here, we're actually getting a bunch of things that pop up. Essentially, that's just giving us all the research items that we didn't have before, which is cool.
Welcome to uninhabited
I don't need to have that tutorial. But if you look here, we have a depot here, and we have a depot way down here. So on this island, unfortunately, you're going to have two entrances. Last time I had an entrance up, you know, I started with the entrance up there, and I built my base around that. And I think I might do the same. So let's go ahead and let's get a entrance going here. I'd love to get a topside shack. I don't have the disguised entrance yet. I'd love to get a disguised entrance for this base, but unfortunately I don't have that. So we'll go ahead and put an entrance there. And let's see what the new objectives are. So this is called the Road to Doomsday. So this is what you're actually going to choose what plot you're going to do here. This one, you have to go out and find a codex. The Codex of Knowledge is like a big memory bank of how to do everything here. And unfortunately, none of our minions are smart enough to know how to use it. So what we have to do is go out and kidnap well, I didn't say kidnap. We have to persuade a scientist who wants to defect, I think, from Russia, and once he does that, he actually knows what he's doing, and so he can figure out what the codex means. So yeah, pretty fun stuff. And then there's quite a few other things we have to do, so that we're just getting started back again. First thing I really want to build is the strong room, because that's where all of our money is going to go. I want to build it on this side so they have good access to it. But I don't want to build this one first. And this is why I wanted more money, because I'm already down to $800,000. So it's a good thing to have quite a bit of money saved up. The first thing I actually want to build is a barracks. I'll explain to you why. In this part of it, when you build your strong room first, all your minions will want to go into the base. And when that happens, I didn't know you can put the rifle racks in there. That's why I was kind of confused there for a second. But they get stuck in the strong room when you put all your gold in there. Because once you build the strong room, put all the gold in your strong room, and then you delete this strong room here, which limits how much funds you have to one stack of gold. Once you delete the room, all your gold will be filled in here. And what happened last time when I was playing this is that a lot of my minions got stuck in between the gold. So I lost a good amount of my minions. So I'd like to avoid that this time, if at all possible. So let's go ahead. We'll get the barracks built, just so they have somewhere to go. We'll build a nice little gym area for them here. I probably don't need that many. So let's go ahead, get rid of 2 of them. You know, social distancing. That's what that is. We're just making sure that the minions all stay safe. And we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and put the this stuff in here as well. I usually don't have it in here, but since we got the patch for it, we'll go ahead and do that as well. And then we'll go ahead and start putting our lockers in. I was hoping to have the big lockers by now, because literally we could just fill this room with lockers and have our max of 150. But that's okay. We will, let's get this done here. Let's go back down this way. And one more row. Oh, I can't put that one there, which is okay. Which I don't really know why. I've never seen a minion actually use a locker, but, you know, that's just me. So they're about to complete the base entrance, which is cool. Ooh. So that should be the objective. So here's where we actually get the first objective to defeat one of the super agents. So this is defeat Mariana Mamba. So Mariana Mamba is the one, the Smash agent that has been bugging us since really kind of the beginning. In here it actually reads that she relies on her good looks to persuade our minions or other people to get her way. And so you have to, if you can strap her to an infirmary chair, our scientists can administer some treatment that will nullify her weapon, her main weapon, for good. I'll let you, I'll show you what I mean by that, but just by one. But I think you can kind of get the idea of what's going to happen, which it's kind of a little grotesque, but that happens. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and do something like that. Go ahead and start the hallway construction. And I'd like to put all the rooms that our minions need to regain stats up in one area. Things like the mess hall, the barracks, the infirmary. I'd like to put all up in here. Just because usually they're not too important. And if an agent gets in there, they break into a mess hall. And they bust people eating lunch. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, and then I need to make this one bigger. There we go. And then I will put a time clock in here as well, just so they know when to work and not. We need a staff room. We'll need the infirmary. We'll put the infirmary over here next. I might want to make it a little bit bigger. But essentially, I want this wing to be the stat regenerations. And then I'll put my control room probably down here or maybe over here. And then so on and so forth. This comes into play later, which is really neat how this all works. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's make this infirmary a little bit bigger. Do I want to do that? I don't think I do. Let's do that. I guess we can use those pieces and then make it a little bit bigger on this end. Because the x-ray machine, stuff like that, can go like right there. And we can put a couple pharmacy booths there and there. We'll put our time clock in here. We'll need an infirmary chair, which we don't have researched yet. That's okay. We'll go ahead and put a door up. Oh, can't put a door there because I put the time card there. Didn't mean to do that. And we'll put that, since I think they're working on the construction, so I can't put a door there quite yet. We'll go ahead and build the staff. Well, yeah, we'll put the staff room down here. Something like this. And I know we'll have to go around that rock, but that's okay. That'll work something like this. And while the base is being constructed, this will help keep their loyalty up. Because they actually have like a rec room to go to, which is not bad. We'll put some drink machines up over here. And we'll put a couple over there. And we'll put the door. If we can't put a door up yet. Alright, so that's all taken care of. Thinking here what we can do is extend. That's not what I wanted to do. Extend that down. And what we'll do is we'll have the control room sit here. And we can have something like an archive here. Let me go ahead and I'll put the archive up just to kind of show you what I mean. Archive. Where is the archive? There is the archive. Just gonna put the archive up here. So I'm gonna leave a little bit of room So like I can put a 2. So I do one there. So I can leave. I can do one more. So I'm just going to do this so I know where it's at. I can put a corridor there still. That's kind of the idea. We can put this up here. We'll turn it around so the monitor faces the wall. Put the bookcase in. We'll put some reading tables in over along this wall. What I wanted to do is I want to be able to access all these rooms via the control room. So if I do something like this, if I go over to the control room and I drag it out something like this, put an entrance there, there, and there. I usually don't do this, but I thought this might be kind of an interesting, just to kind of switch things up a little bit. Put an entrance here, 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 and here. We can put stuff like the big screen along. Can we put it there? We cannot. Can we put it here? We can. We can put stuff like here, like put the memory banks along this wall, and something like this, and use and put the control panels along here and here. Let's not do that. Maybe do something like this. And then if we need to put more control panels up, we can. There's a couple other things. There's a better control system I'm hoping to get here soon. Hopefully we can get enough science minions that we can actually start doing a lot more research. But we don't have to use them as much in Acts of Infamy. That's kind of the hope right this second. But yeah, that's kind of how I want to at least establish a base. Now we can still go out in the world and steal stuff right now. We just won't have the computer power to see what exactly is going on. Ooh, did I do that wrong? No, I did not. Awesome. Do something like this. I will have to go up and over like that, but I'm okay with that. And we'll put a door down here. Yes, I do realize that we are out of power. So we got that one done. Let's go ahead and do a power room right here. I know it's kind of close to the entrance, and I'm not a huge fan of that. But that's kind of what we're working with right now. So, I'm half tempted to use the disguised ones. That's an extra $10,000, and since we have really nothing coming in, I'm a little worried to actually put those up. So can we put 2 in there? We can. Yeah, that's not a great area for a power generation room, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. Maybe over here might be better. Maybe. It's a little bit more open. Let's see if we can rearrange this room a little bit better. Because by this time in my last game, I actually had the nuclear generators. And the nuclear generators are quite a bit better. They're a lot smaller. And they, that's 6, 7, sorry. Well, it's fine. I understand how power works. I want to know how many of these things generate. So these generate 15 each. So what, 15 times 7 is 5 carry to 3, 105 power? That'll work for now, but we got to get a hallway down there. So let's go ahead and get that one unpaused. We'll get this one unpaused. This is why I'm kind of, it kind of stinks because we really need to get the barracks up because we only have 6 construction workers, and that's kind of slowing down our progress. But I think right now this is kind of how I like this layout a little bit, a lot, more than I thought I would. And what I need to do is I need to get the laboratory going. So this might be a good area for the laboratory. The problem is the laboratory, you saw how big it was in our last game. It wasn't too, or last island, I should say. It wasn't too big. However, we have quite a few new items, and they're quite expensive too, which are, they're massive machines. So let's try and let's move this down just a little bit. Let's go ahead and move it to maybe there. let's go ahead and get back what we already had. So we'll get the laser back up. It actually might fit right there. And then if I do that, I'm going to get rid of all of those so we can save a little bit of money on the lab. We can put the centrifuge there and the impact stress analyzer here. I'll show you why. I mean, these take forever, because this is one of the new ones. That's the AI supercomputer, the environmental chamber, and the greenhouse. How many hotspots does that thing have? One. Huh. I can put it there. So now you can see how we had quite a large. This is quite a large room, and how quickly it can fill up. And then I think there's one more that we can put maybe in here. It's called the biotanks. We might be able to shift that down and put it here. But I want to get rid of these for right now because that's already $300,000. And we might be able to afford it once we get the strong room built. But I don't really kind of want to risk that right this second. Kind of want to get this base up and running before I do that. Let's go ahead. We're actually going to use this this corridor. We are going to bring it down just a bit, so we can put maybe what was I thinking? A lounge. We need to put a freezer in here somewhere too. That's gonna be a fun one to squeeze in somewhere. Maybe to put it there. But I wanted to put a armory in here so that we can have some jail cells. So if we do find Mariana Mamba or something like that, or another agent that comes to the island, we have some way to deal with them. As long as we can get our camera system back up and running. Let's see, there. Put the time clock in there. Put some holding cells in. We'll do it along this wall. Put 3 in for now. We'll always need an interrogation chair. And then a security desk. Alrighty then. So we got that one taken care of. They're about to finish the strong room up. Do I go for the... let's go for the barracks. And I'll tell you why. With the barracks, we can then move all of our minions or we can move all our minions actually into the base and not have to have them wandering around the island. But it also allows me to go ahead and start. So we can also get more construction workers then. That's kind of a good idea. I didn't put any briefcase slots in here. Let's go ahead and do that. So that'll be nice. But we can also move our loot in here. I might just start moving them into the hallways just so that they're not sitting out here in the middle of the jungle. Because soon we will start getting agents again. And I don't really want them to start stealing my stuff. I mean, granted, it's already stolen, so, technically, they're just kind of recovering it, but I think I've had it long enough that I can call it stealing again. So we can go ahead and start moving everything back into the base. I'll line this hallway just with stuff, just until we can get, see if you look here, there's an agent already snooping around, trying to figure out what's going on. So since he's found some stolen stuff, he might generate some heat. So I've been trying to move everything inside. I think that's a good idea for right this second. And since it's an item being moved, all of our minions will actually try to help, so we can leave the builders to whatever they were doing. Reminds me a lot of the first episode, where the first episode we did a lot of building and stuff like that, like this. This one we have the money for it. We kind of know what we're going for, and so we can just go ahead and start moving everything back over here. And I think that is all the big loot. I don't see any more, so that should be good for now. And you see now all the minions are starting to congregate in here, which if I deleted the other one and all the gold all of a sudden flooded into here, there'll be people stuck in the corners and everything like that. So I really don't want that to happen right this second. However, when this barracks gets built, hopefully they'll all go in there. I can then delete the other other strong room here. We won't have to worry about it then. So yeah, so far it's not going too bad. Now with this though, with the construction of the barracks, we can actually our valets will start taking care of a lot of this as well. So essentially we have 9 construction workers now instead of just 6, which isn't a whole lot more, but you know. Uh-oh. Well, that was good. Good on him. He took him out. So we'll pause there for a minute. This is kind of the time that I wish I kind of had a fast forward button. And I know I've seen I think I've seen one mod that allows something like that, but I don't know, how that would work essentially. But that's okay. It is kind of weird though that we're just all these precious items that we were stealing and capturing, the Eiffel Tower and the Mummies or Coffee and stuff like that, and we're just gonna throw them in the hallway. It'll be fine. Hopefully this will allow us to start having more and more minions. So we can try to. We're going to boost it up to 15, but we're going to spend some money to get them. Oh, cool. So the money, not stayed along the wall so that people didn't get trapped in here. That's a good thing. But now we have enough where we can buy a couple more construction workers, and you see now that the 2 million hasn't really been touched now. That was just kind of the money they gave us, but now we actually have 2 million. We can actually start spending our 2 million on what we want to do. And the first thing I did is buy more construction workers because that will be kind of a big thing. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get the doors back into here and here. And we're going to go with the high security doors because that's not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and cut the corridor off there. And then I want to start building another corridor, which that's pretty much all this base has. It's a lot of corridors. I'm okay with that. I need to put some fire extinguishers in before I forget, especially if Red Ivan is here. I want to get some fire extinguishers just placed around so that when the inevitable happens, we actually have some to fight fires with. Do something like this. Now we're still missing a couple minions on the last tier. We do have the marksman, but we do have 5 we're still missing. Oh crap! I guess it just deleted that. All right. And their training areas is rather large, so we're going to need a pretty big area. The last time I played this, I think I actually had 3 training areas for the 3 different disciplines, of course. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll get the technicians set up along this wall, and the valets right behind them. Why does one not cooperate? That's great. Alright, move this one there. We'll go ahead and get the guard stuff right next to theirs. 5 of those. I want to get the shooting stall set up because I know that is rather large. We'll set it up just like I did the last one, so we can have 2 mercenaries and a marksman training at the same time. Do I want to do that? Let's not. Let's actually move these 1 over, just so that we actually can train 2 marksmen at once, so we don't have to run the risk of maybe losing the marksman. So we'll do something like this. And this is really just kind of setting up as best I can for now for what we have. We need a chalkboard for the scientist. We'll create 2 of those because that is rather common too. We'll get a TV studio set up down here. Alrighty, and then we have a little bit of room we can put some other ones in. The scientist ones aren't too bad, but the diplomat and the playboy ones are massive. And the dojo for the martial artist is kind of big, so just got to be careful with those. Looks like the barracks is coming along rather well. It's still a little lackluster, but people are starting to go in there. They're actually empty out of the strong room. So what I'd like to do is, first of all, move my evil genius over to inside the base. Just so that we don't have to worry about agent popping up and all of a sudden killing our evil genius. Let's go ahead and demolish that room just so that we have all of our gold in one area. And then let's go ahead and move the last two pieces of our loot. We'll move the $1 million bill to this hallway along with the Ark of the Covenant. And there we go. So you can see here there's a thief sitting here. Let's go ahead and make sure he's taken care of. We need a freezer in too. I'm a little worried about a freezer because I didn't really think about that when I did this idea. I'm going to have to move that fire extinguisher, and there's no way I can put a freezer in there. So, I can do one here. I'd like, because I need to leave this area and this area open for later. I'll explain what that does. So I wouldn't mind putting the inner sanctum. I can usually put the inner sanctum here, or I can continue that around as well. Decisions. I think I'll put the freezer here because we do need that relatively soon. We do something like that as well. Let's not though. But we'll leave it like this, and then we'll go ahead and get this room. Get a door down here. This looks like a large freezer, but later on when everything starts going down, you're gonna need something like this. Which I'll let you decide if that's a good thing or not. But yeah, that should for a little bit hold us out, but I'm not 100% sure if it will. Looks like our barracks is getting about done. Let's go ahead and start on this hallway and let the valets finish up on the barracks. How many minions can we have now? We can have 104. So that should be more than what we had originally. So I'm okay with that. I'd like to get this corridor built and the power station so we can have some power back. And then maybe get the laboratory going so we can actually, since we're not doing anything else. Well, poop. What's going on? Kill him. And them. And everybody. Just everybody. Remember when I said it was almost obvious that Red Ivan was going to burst something into flames? Just saying. But since we have fire extinguishers, no biggie. I think we did lose a guard though, but yeah, that's usually I like Red Ivan. He's good at stealing. I mean, it's a guaranteed $1,000 for a minute, but at base he can be a little bit of a loose cannon. I think we go power station, laboratory, and hopefully we should have enough power for all that. And then we might start working on things like the infirmary because we've had some incidents already. Probably be towards the end we'll get the control room again so we can actually go out to the world. But yeah, it seems like it's going a little bit faster now that we got the extra construction workers. Work. Then immediately I want to go ahead and just start doing that one. Get the power back, and then hopefully we can move on to the next one. When I did it last time, when I did my first playthrough, I actually beat $2 million could build a base like this, no problem. It did take some time, and speaking of time, let's go ahead and just get 20 construction workers. And I'll spend the 20 grand to get them here as quick as I can. we go. Since we have the money now, it's rather easy to do that. So I'm not that concerned about it. So we get the lights back on, and then we can start doing the lab stuff. They are still loving the stuff though, out in the even out in the hallway. I don't think I can put really any of them in here, or I would. But that being said, once we get things like the infirmary and the staff room up, we can put some of them in there just to help spread them out a little bit. In here, since we have all this open area here, we can probably put 1 or 2 in there, some of the bigger ones in there. We can put some in the strong room, but you know, it's iffy at best. I don't know what these guys are waiting on, but there we go. So if you were curious at all, in this crater here, this is kind of where the volcano was kind of showing. It's almost like an empty, like a previous lava cave, where all the lava, you know, the volcano has erupted, and it's, you know, one of these chambers that allowed lava to flow into here has been sealed up by the rock cooling. So it's left this nice cavern here. And so what we're going to do, we're actually going to build a missile silo in here, essentially, or rocket silo. And so that's what would come just a little bit later on. That's where this is where the big doomsday plot is going to be launched from. So that's pretty neat. And the reason I said we need to keep these open is these are the only, these 2 are access points. There's an access point here, but I think the Evil Genius's lair is going to be here, so I don't think we're going to allow people to come through here. There's an access point here and here. So we still have quite a few of them open, but I just want to make sure we have enough to get people in and out of here, because later on it's actually really important for them to actually get into this chamber. So we got the power room built again. We still might need to build a bigger one until we get the nuclear research, which I don't remember exactly when we get it. I know it is something I should already have. Like, I have the object to research for it. I think it's the chalkboard, to be honest with you, that you have to use. And chalkboard, and I'm trying to think, it wants to be maybe the centrifuge or the impact stress analyzer. It's one of those 2, if I'm not mistaken. And that gets you the atomic ones, which the atomic ones I think are half the size and produce like 3 times the power. So they're awesome to have. We just got to be able to get them. So I think next we build this corridor, or the laboratory, this corridor, because this corridor won't take that long. And as a matter of fact, I think I'm just going to drag it down to the... okay, we can't actually build there. Well, that's fun. All right. I still think we can just do a nice corner here. Or do something like that. And then bring it over. We'll just end the hallway there then. And once we get power back, I'll start building the next corridor. It might just take it a second, but you know, they should all be either in the base or on their way into the base. What kind of agent do we have stupid around here? Investigator, it's not too bad. And apparently, like, one of the bigger places to hang out is in the power room, and I don't understand that, but to each their own. Did I do that math wrong? I think I might have done that math wrong. 7 times 15 is not... I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I'm worried if that guy gets stuck, so...
That's right, baby. Funky, mama.
Can they still not get out right this second here? This is what I'm kind of worried about with rooms like this, is that people get stuck all the time. Now hopefully, don't go back there. Guys, don't go back there, please.
Stop whining.
There. So that at least we stopped them from going back there. I was close. It was 115, not 105. So let's go ahead and get the. We'll start both on the laboratory and on this corridor here, just to help kind of speed up the process. We still have plenty of money. I'm not concerned about money right now. I don't know why the Evil Genius is standing at the entrance of the base. But she actually regained her health, which is awesome. But she already has lost 5 health points, which probably means that Red Ivan caught her on fire as well, which is not good. But hey, that's, you know, it's better than the 44 she did have. So I'm hoping to get some research on. I want to get the lockers. I want to get done really quick. I'm hoping to get maybe the nuclear reactors done. I think that will help us pretty good. It's going to cost us a little bit of money to get both of them, but it'll help raise our mining capacity to the 150 that we need to really fill out the base a little bit better, as well as make sure we don't run out of power anymore, because this room should... I had a room maybe the size of the staff room here as a power room last time, and it provided enough power to generate the entire base. So I'm not that concerned with it. You know, once we get the nuclear ones, we should be okay. That dynamite might be enough for that one room. Not 100% sure, but you know, I know it's not that big of a room. Looks like it is, so that's cool. With that completed real quick. That minion just fell over dead. I really don't know why. Unless the dynamite being too close, it does impact their health maybe a little bit. He may have just been really low on health. So that just means we need to get that infirmary up and going as fast as we can. Like here, he lost 4 health. I actually never knew that. That's actually kind of interesting. I mean, it sucks, but, you know, it makes a little bit of sense. So they don't have much going on there. Let's go ahead and start the infirmary. Because if we can get our minions back healthy, that's always a good thing. There's a briefcase rack. It's $5 grand. Might just go ahead and put 2 more up. It always seems like they're bunching up like right in here because they're waiting on waiting on one of these hotspots to be open. So maybe 2 more briefcase racks might help them build a little bit faster. We can get them out to the depots faster. Thankfully, they only have to run to this depot. I have last game actually built an entrance here, and they just they run through the base and get to this depot. I don't know if I'm going to do it this time because we had quite a bit of issues with our last base and having too many entrances. Because even in the last game, when it gets to the final objective, I actually like destroyed that entrance so they can agents can only come through here because it gets kind of hectic at the very end. Door up now. It's good. Looks good. We'll go ahead and start moving some some of the stuff that I know we still need in here. Things like peat bog. We'll move this in here. We'll put that along this wall since it only has 3 hot spots. Do something like this. Can we put something like this in here? Yeah, but I bet you... No, we can't. Yes, we can. Put something like this over here since it only has 1 hot spot. We can put it like in that corner. I think that'll look nice. Technically something like this could go... I might put that in the training room. Just to, make it look like they're, teaching on it. But I think, like, stuff like this, we can, yeah. Come Come on, give me some research. Alright, since they have that one done, let's go ahead and build the next, the training room, because that's, I think, their next big room that we're going to be building. Get that started here. And then hopefully the scientists will come down here and look at these while there's nothing else going on. Fingers crossed, though. Yeah, it seems like they're be able to get stuff a little bit faster this way. I might be, you know, I can put a second door here and have them, you know, have like a nice area for them to come through here as well, so they don't get all bunched up here. Never really tried that before, but it seems like I've been wanting to try, you know, a few new things with this playthrough. So you know, it might be kind of fun to try that out. And you see here, since the scientists have really nothing else to do because they can't train right now or anything like that, they're just going hard on research, which that's what I was hoping for. Yeah, I'll get the rest of the big items we need them later on, but I wanted to wait to kind of get more of the base built before I get those, just so that if we are running low on cash, you know, I don't think we will be, but just a thought. Where is that actual? I think that might be the research machine. Could be wrong about that, though. I don't think they're building anything else. They have the infirmary done. Or at least the infirmary built. So we can go ahead and move things like the sound machine in there. I think that'd be nice to have. We can put the mummy sarcophagus, because that's somewhat medical. Uh-oh. What do we got? We got the handgun cabinet. We'll go ahead and start doing research on that. See, these guys are just lined up waiting to turn in research. Very nice. There we go. And maybe I wasn't on the last island. Maybe I just on normal you can get some of those items earlier, but that's okay. If not, we can get it. We'll hopefully get them here shortly, and then once we get those, I'm sure we will. This game will be going a little bit smoother. So we do have 2 people working, so that's good here. But I didn't know this until my last playthrough. This guy here is actually a very important thing for research. He does. I think he actually makes the infirmary chair. He does 2 other stat boosting things. So, yeah, he's very important for what we do. So hopefully we can get the training room up. Hoping to have at least these 3 rooms done before we're out of power again. Because I know the control room will need a bunch more power just because that's a power draining room. I forgot to put a time clock in here. There we go. I know this isn't really the most exciting gameplay right this second, but hopefully here soon we can get back to out. You know what? I don't know why we couldn't send more people back out to start stealing stuff or doing some small acts of infamy. Things. Oh, it's Jet Chan. So Jet Chan is the Anvil super agent, Jackie Chan style, or Jet Li. So, he's like Mariana Mamba. He does have a weakness, and so you just got to figure out what his weakness is. And once you figure that out, you can pretty much just go. You can take him out. That one's interesting. I won't spoil it. What you have to do. So that's not too bad. We could do that one, no problem. But I want the workers though, so we'll hold off right this second. There should be just a stream of people running down through here. What's he doing? He's going to go pick up something else heavy. All right. But now also, since we have the training room up while we're not doing anything, those like things like the social media and stuff like that, they can start training more people again, which is what I was hoping for. And I think since I have more now, the spin doctor one I'm kind of iffy on, but I still might put a second one up because I already have 2 of these and I have 2 of the science ones. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it, just so that we don't lose those people, because we can see, number one, we have seems like we have a knack to lose minions in this game, which stinks. But hopefully, since we have the room and the money to have multiples of them, yeah, I think having 2 will be just fine. Cool. I think this is coming along well. Hoping a science or minion or 2 comes and check out these chalkboards for research, because I'm 95% sure that's what you need for the atomic generators. And I don't remember what you need for the lockers, so we'll keep an eye out for that. You know what? I could go look it up real quick if I think about it. 1 second here. I'm going to get a second computer just to my left here. I can turn that on real quick and see what I need. Because usually I can pull up or I have some sort of tab off to my other screen while I'm not streaming that I can pull up. Oh, look at that. Outdoor sentry gun. It's a fun one to have. But I like the disguise one a little bit better, but that's okay. Well, go to Google. It's kind of hard. You're playing a game with one hand and trying to look something up with the other hand. Aha. Alrighty. Yeah, so I got to pull up here, so that's good. I need to get a capacitor for over here too. Capacitor allows me to actually research the laser tripwires for traps, and hopefully we can get some more traps in here soon. That's the hope at least. Man, this place filled up really quick with people trying to train. That's good. It means we actually have enough people to train with, but a little hopefully that they won't just we won't run out of people to build the base with. Something like this, we'll put the boat down there. Why not? And the vases are going to go into the mess hall. Let's give it a little more space. There we go. And we'll put the rug. We'll put the rug in here because it seems like a little more priceless object. Oh, I don't want everyone to be right there. That should take care of those guys. We can move these. I might move the Ark of the Covenant. Maybe I might put them in here just so that they can have something. Or I might put them in. It might be better to put them in the control room so that they don't lose as much loyalty while they're working. They might work. I do love how you can put the outdoor sentry gun in your base now, which is a bit counterintuitive, but oh, come on. Look at the chalkboard. Look at the chalkboard. Go, 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 go. So we might have that one pretty well done. I'm also trying to look at what other things we could use. The surge or the so what do we need to get rid of Mariana Mamba? Infirmary chair, I think. Must be on the second island list. Or not. Do we already have it? I think we did. No, because it's called something else. I think it's actually called the auto surgeon. Which, if that's true, we need the examination chair. But how do I get the examination chair? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So, shoot, what's it called? I'm gonna call it the atomic. It is called the nuclear power station. Need to go for the impact stress analyzer. That should get us our generators that we needed. Go ahead and get that one going here. Alrighty, so I think what we need to we need what they call the infirmary chair or the examination chair. Once we get both of those, we can then get we can actually defeat Mariana Mamba once she comes to our island next. But, you know, how are you guys doing out there? Just kind of curious how you guys are doing. I know this week has kind of been a little rough. I know for me at least. Unfortunately, you know, thankfully it's not been the coronavirus or anything like that, but it's been other things with health. Not for me, but for my parents have been having. My dad's been having some issues, and my mom's still trying to adjust to working from home for now. So it's been kind of a little bit rough, but we're getting through it. So, you know, I just want to kind of know how you guys are doing, how you guys are holding up. Staying inside every day sucks. I mean, I do play a lot of video games, and I like streaming, and, you know, but even that's 12 hours in a week that I actually stream. You know, especially now since it's getting warmer here. Yesterday was amazing outside. And it just sucks to be kind of cooped up like this. But hopefully with this warmer weather, it might start killing a lot of this virus off. And we don't have to worry about it much longer. Let's get our bases over here. And then we can move like, we can move that. We've already got a couple stuff down here. Let's not worry about that right this second. We are building that room. We should have enough power to do so. Cool. He's already got it on the. He's already got the one we need in the lab there. We are getting a little low on funds, though. It kind of... we have $1 million still. Granted. But, you know, even the extra lab equipment is going to cost us probably $300,000. That's quite a bit of money. But we still have quite a bit to do in this game. I think what we're on objective... This is objective... Yeah, the objective 1 of this island. I think there's 14 objectives in total. You know, so... We're about... This is probably... 7 or 8. Yes, Fridge Markara. Red Ivan is a Death Wish tool. We have plenty of fire extinguishers set up around the base. And yet he still have yet to burn them down. He actually, I'm 95% sure he actually did some damage to the evil genius. However, I do like him for... Ooh, there it is. Yay. It's a nuclear power station. I do like him for missions out in the world because he's really good at protecting minions and he's really good at stealing as well. Yeah, usually he doesn't stay at the base, but we just got to the second island, so he's been hanging around a little bit more than he usually does. So hopefully here soon we'll have him back out in the world so that we don't have to worry about him too much here. But oh crap! Run, please run! No, 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 no!
Kill him. It's blooming fantastic.
Way ahead of nice.
All right, well. Did I just really lose this game? Well, I didn't expect that to happen. Well, that stinks. Let's go ahead and load a quick save real quick. Let's see here. Think 26. Oh, I hope this is relatively soon because we just got really into that game. But the reason I have that strong room so close to the exit is that it's a little easier to get minions in and out of that room. I don't keep much else in that room. Man, I can't believe that is the first time I've ever seen that, which is really cool to see that. But now that we know that's going to happen, let's go ahead and move her. We'll move her down to the training room. That's deeper into the base. That's all I care about. I see Red Ivan has taken command over that, so we didn't lose too much. We just got the power generator. It looks like he still might be trying to gather the research right this second. Yeah, so he looks like he's right there. So we lost maybe about 2 or 3 minutes, but we get to see the ending of the game, or one of the endings of the game. I never have seen that, so now we actually know what's going on with the evil genius. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I've been playing around with a little more traps in this one. You know, it seems like it's been working out pretty well. I don't have too many. What I can do is actually do something like the one trap machine into the poison gas trap, which it works. what we can do is something like this. No, we can't do that there because we need a wall. We do something like this, and then put the pressure cage there. In this hallway, we can put the wind trap machine there and there, and then put the pressure pads there and there. Well, I do have turrets. I do have these sentry guns here. So, I can use those in the base. It seems a little awkward. Yeah, it's like, I don't have too much yet. For some reason, on the first island, they didn't do much research, and I'm still not sure why. However, we're doing a little bit better on this island because we're about to get the nuclear generator. Which is an awesome one to have. I can go ahead and get rid of one of them. I know. I don't know why. Last game I had the nuclear generator by this point. I had all the multi-lockers, so I didn't have to worry about putting all these back up. I had quite a few. I think I had all the minions unlocked. I don't know. So yeah, this game's been a little tougher. Of course, I am playing a little bit of harder difficulty, so that makes sense. But it happens. Got more research. The capacitor. The capacitor, I think. I've got a research one pulled up on another computer here. What does a capacitor give us? Crap. I think I blew that up maybe a little bit too early. So I don't quite think he can finish that research, can he? Or maybe he can, I don't know. Well, poop. Alright, well, let's get that back going. Thought I had enough time there. Let's look and see what we need. What's the capacitor give us? The laser trip beams. Cool. Let's go ahead and do that. We need the laser there, and we'll hit go. So then we don't have to worry about these pressure sensitive pads. We just have one big laser that can cross both. Now you see how much smaller those things are? That's amazing. I think they produce like 30 more. They produce 35, so they produce 20 more power than these big things do. So yeah. This is why I would rather have these, and that's one of the best things I can try to get in this game. Let's see here. We're getting our social minions back up to where they should be, so that's a good thing. I might just wait for this trap because we're about to do the laser trips, and I'd rather have that. It makes it a little easier. Now we have agents in here, but all my guard minions are in there, so they'll go ahead and get rid of them for me. There's Jet Chan. He's dead at the door. There we go. So we got the something happened. Oh, I wonder if that was the capacitor, because we had a little bit of a capacitor, not a huge amount, but we did have one that maybe helped a little bit, but yeah. Maybe we should start playing an Inner Sanctum for the Evil Genius, since we already had one death experience. Something like this. And then I'll just kind of drag it out to there. I actually want to put the Inner Sanctum in like that. That should be big enough. I might have to build a second one a little. Oh, that's actually not what I wanted to do. I'll put a door there. So I'll get rid of all that. We don't need the conference table on this one. We will need the desk though. So in that case, we can go ahead and just get rid of that wall. looks like we have more science we can do now. So yeah, once we got this base up and going, I thought we would. All right, so either one, eeny, meeny, miny, that one. I figured once we got this base up and going, we wouldn't have too many issues. But yeah, something like that. Can we get our power generator going, please? Why is that vase still in the hall? Oh, so why is that vase still in the hallway? But it would make sense that probably didn't get moved since after the untimely death of Alexis, our evil genius. We're going to have to get the Red Ivan out into the world here soon. Because if not, we're going to have some more issues with fires, and I know that. So, but we need to get him out here somewhere. Still nowhere yet. We still waiting on that nuclear thing? Good lord, people, where is it at? Oh, hold on. Yep, base is on fire. Red Ivan's back. No. Let's send you down to the training bay. Well, everything's on fire. Even the fire extinguishers are now on fire. Everything's going great. Can we just psychologically weaken him so we can get him out of the base? There we go. It looks like we're finally getting our power back. That'll put us at 145, be 135, so we should be able to delete that one too. Then we can put a small wall of them down here and not have to worry about power again. That looks a lot nicer now. I like how this base turned out here in the middle too. Didn't really, I mean, I planned it out a little bit, but I usually don't, build multiple entrances and exits to a room. But I kind of like how all this is interconnected. Still doing quite a bit of training. We look? I think Red Ivan's killed more of my minions than anybody else has. For we were on full marksman and now we're down to 6. So, bit of an oof. As you can see here, though, the nuclear power stations only take up the same place that took 2 normal generators, 3 nuclear ones can go in, and they produce what? These only produce 15, these produce 35, so they produce 20 more power each. So there's 60 more power just in this area. So I'm okay with that. So let's go ahead and we'll get some people back out into the world. I kind of want to look at doing something like this. Getting a biochemist, so we have another scientist in the base. We do have the ability to go either get the we can get the martial artist master over here. I don't remember where anything else is, to be honest with you. So you know what? Let's go ahead. We're down to 6 workers. That's no good. 3 technicians, Red Ivan, a scientist, and we'll send we'll send 4 mercenaries just to help guard. And that should we get some up and going. I know we're not going to have a control room to see what's going on, which is not great. However, I think we'll be fine still. The control room is what we can build next, or we can build this one. Since we're starting to run low on minions again, let's go ahead and boost our regeneration rate. We'll get back up to 20, and then I'll turn it back down. 18, 19, and 20. And since we have the guns in here, I'm going to turn it up to yellow alert. We get the all too familiar yellow alert alarm again. It was so peaceful, but I find that having a little having the extra security I like a little bit better anyways, so yeah, that's just me though. I think we've got all of our loot out of the hallways now. We're starting to get. I don't think we quite have the laser traps yet, or laser sensors yet, I should say. Which I want to get before I build the traps. So we'll see here shortly. We'll get our second power generator in here, which will hopefully be able to take out 2 generators now and just kind of work our way around. I think what I'm gonna do is might just do a wall of capacitors over here, just in case something does happen. Or I might build a second room of just power generators. Do something like that. Get rid of that one, then we'll get rid of this one. Since they're both, looks like maybe the damage is the worst just from work. So, just like normal wear and tear. We can get those down to be 125. So, I think at that point I'm still okay, but. I don't see them. Oh, they stole the $1 million bill. What a butthead. We got it back. Everybody's fine. Cool. So we're out here in the world again. Let's go ahead and do that mission. Get the biochemist and that. I'm trying to figure out how you get the biotanks. I don't remember how you do that because the biotanks, I think, is the last one I don't have. That's a good one to have, so we'll see. It's a little surprising. I really don't have that much heat right now. I think if I have more heat, there might be more agents around here, but right when I start this island, usually there's not that many agents around. So that's why I like building the base as fast as I can, and then I can start doing. Once I get a little more comfortable, I can start doing some acts of infamy. All right, laser trip beams. I get rid of these things. Right, I'm not generating any heat out in the world, so no agent should come after me at this moment. Not saying they won't, but So let's go ahead and get this trip beam up. I hope it works like I think it would. That's why I'm going to put this up first. That's what I'm saying. My scientists, for some reason, just almost flat out refused to. All right, why can't I put the laser beam there? Almost flat out refused to just do any research on the last island. Put it there. What do I have to? If I have to have a solid wall. If that's the case, what I can do is first kill these guys. No, I'm pretty sure I placed things. I could be wrong, but like I didn't have capacitors, which makes sense because you need the capacitor. I didn't have any in the last. I lost somebody. I know how like research works. I didn't have a capacitor put down, so since I didn't have a capacitor, I couldn't make the laser beams. Yeah, that is true. That's what I want to do here. We can do the laser trip. We cannot. We know because of the we'll have to move the traps down. That's okay. We'll put the poison gas trap back up there. Move these guys down just a little bit. Then we put the laser trip beam here. Ooh, Satan's chimney. Ooh. Right. Let's go ahead and get these guys back to base because there's not many left. And we got quite a bit of heat, so I'm gonna have fun time with the soldiers that come through. Going to get that one just started because it's this real small room. But kind of a fun thing that happened yesterday. Yesterday was kind of the 1 month anniversary of me starting actually doing streams, which is kind of cool. Started on February 25th. So it's been, so far it's been fun. I think this is stream number 11. So that's pretty neat. Slowly getting used to some things. There's, things I just kind of want to clean up just a little bit. But, yeah, I think so far it's been going really well, and I've been enjoying it. So, even in the midst of what's going on, we can still have kind of fun here. So, that is pretty cool. I think we can go ahead. Let me see if I can maybe get these linked together. Like, I'm hoping this will work. Yes. And this should connect to there, and this should not work at all. All right. I wonder.
If the forces of justice are called...
Thanks. I don't really need the video. I wonder, what does this do? I think that's just a big fire that pops up. I wonder is if instead of one tripping the gas plant there, now does that laser always trip that? No, okay. So it's just my minion being stupid. Alright. Fair enough. Do something like that. So even if they don't get hit by the wind, which they should, they'll get blown over into the fire here. Hopefully that's how that will work. I don't know exactly. I know because unfortunately I can't link two of them to one object, which I wish I could. I know I can, like the laser I can set to 2 traps, but I can't set the 2 traps to the same beacon over here, which is unfortunate. So we got that built. Let's go ahead and start building our archive. We'll need to start building a freezer here shortly because we're starting to get like just a small pile of bodies here. Get this room done. Hopefully we can get these built soon. We're starting to run a little low on cash now, so let's go to the US here. We'll get Red Ivan out there and we'll just have them steal. I know we still have almost $1 million, but if we can keep a good amount of money in there, we don't have to worry about things. Worry about having to keep money or lost my train of thought right in the middle of that sentence. Let's see. Yeah, I just realized I don't have a prison. That's an issue. Alright, let's go ahead and build that prison real quick too, while I think about it. I might have to redo that mission again, which would suck. But, oh well. That's not what I wanted to do. This take up any time to... Oh, we got some research going. Let's see if that actually works like I think it will. Go with the laser. Got that. Let's have that start that as well. Running a little low on minions. Go ahead and get some more. Almost at 100 minions now. We're at 91 so far. But I think for what little, or for we've been going for almost an hour and a half now. We almost have the base done, which is not great. What we could do is send a few scientists out to here, do some plotting. We have these guys out here already stealing. We'll send some spin doctors out there just to cover them up. Make sure they don't get too much heat. So the dummies aren't tripping the trap, which I thought they would. Oh, I didn't know they actually had names. That's hilarious. I don't know, really. I thought that might show us how it works, but I guess not. Oh well. It wasn't that. It didn't cost me that much anyway, so. Got at least the prison room built. We just gotta build the cells now. Looks like we got the archives up and running again. Let's get our freezer up and going too. Got this corridor built. Awesome. Plenty of power now, so let's go ahead and get rid of those two. I think I want to build at least one more there. Just to make up for those two. We'll still have over 200 power. I'm not 100% sure. I know the controller is going to take a lot of power, so we'll go ahead and do something like that, and we'll go ahead and build some capacitors down here just so that later on we can get so if something does happen, we can have some backup power. So the first cell's going in, and the interrogation chair. Nicely timed. So he'll get plonked down again, but I think he'll be moved shortly. Yeah, it's the same guy's just going to pick him up, so. Boom, boom. I do need some cameras, and I do realize that the positioning of this system is not great. It's something like that. I can't do that. Oh, oh, there we go. That's actually smart, because that's the upgraded control rooms, or control room computers. So even before we built the control room, we actually have the new ones. That was part of the hope. So now we can, let's get our loudspeakers back in. Just so that if something does happen through our security systems, we do have some people to alert. Something like that. And like that. We'll put one in there. That'll be all that speakers really need. But we can, let's see, we'll get this guy interrogated so we can get our biochemist. And then we'll get our biochemist station up and going. With the Evil Genius move. See some soldiers are moving up here. Let's, we're a little far from the base right this second, but keep an eye on them. Plenty of power now, so we can go ahead and build some capacitors. There we go. Alrighty. Do we build the control room now? We have to do all three of those. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and redo the control room because we do have the more upgraded ones. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, the one we just got allows us to. It's twice as powerful as the or it's the same amount of power as the control panel, but you only need one person to run it. So it makes it a little bit easier. And so that will be more than what we had for our last setup. There's 3, 6, 8. I think we had 2, 4, 6, 8. So along this wall, and then all these computers here, it's actually the same amount of power. And we only need half the people to staff it, which is nice. The problem is they are they're over twice the amount the regular ones are, which kind of stinks. But we got biochemists now. Get 5 of those guys going, just so that make sure we have them ready and available. Still over there plotting, still over there stealing. All okay with that. Freezer's almost done. Thinking about getting the inner sanctum done, but I really want to get the control center done. So maybe the first 2 hours of our stream here will be our base building, and then the last hour or so we can actually start doing objectives and getting set up for tomorrow's stream. If you guys didn't know, just as a heads up, I do stream 3 times a week: Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays we've kind of revamped a little bit. It is now called Tycoon Tuesdays. We're going back and playing Tycoon games, just fun games that I've enjoyed. Things like Prison Architect, or we played Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. We played Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe. And so right now I'm just kind of running a poll. If you guys want to look right below the stream here, if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see a poll. Just trying to figure out what we're going to be doing this Tuesday coming up. Kind of narrowed it down. Kind of want to look at both Sim Airport and Airport CEO. Both got some decent updates rather recently. So I think about, we're going to do one of those for Tuesday stream for Tycoon Tuesday. I think, but either one game would be fun. I really couldn't decide, so I was going to let you guys vote on it. So if you guys are watching this live currently, or if you're watching later on YouTube, there's a link in the description of where to my Twitch channel that you guys can go vote over there if you guys want to see either Sim Airport or Airport CEO. But on Thursdays and Fridays, we always play Evil Genius. At least for right now, that's what we've been doing. But we're probably already about halfway through the game. So hopefully here, it might be the next couple weeks when I have to switch to another game. Not 100% sure what we're going to be doing quite yet, but for the foreseeable future, for probably the next 2 weeks, I would say, we are going to be playing Evil Genius. So, that being said, if you guys, I do appreciate the guys watching now, and if you're watching later, I do appreciate that as well. Yeah, so it looks like we got our base totally together now. The only room, we're just waiting on the control room, and we'll just get the intersect and start building now. We got plenty of power generation now. I'm not too concerned about it. We'll get well, come on. We get one more in here. We'll put it like this. Just so that I can make sure that the control room's not just going to black out the base one more time. I'll get that going. I think that'll be just fine. And then, yeah, we can start looking at more acts of infamy. We can try to look. We've already started looking for that codex. That is in Siberia, so that's going to be hopefully here soon. We might need to start looking for. We can actually start doing. Oh, we haven't started that one yet. We got another one. Looks like here. We do all 3 on there. Let's go for that one. Game saving right now. Also didn't help on the first island. A lot of our we didn't have a lot of scientists. They did tend to die rather easily. So now that they actually have the freedom to do stuff, they are just going after it as hard as they can. Cool. What do we need for? Okay, so hopefully we need the heavy rifle shooting range to come up next. We need the equipment lockers. The equipment lockers is what in the barracks will allow us to increase our mining capacity up to what we need to be. Ooh, Prometheus's Revenge. Ooh. Yeah, that might be a fun, because that looks like, that I don't know what Prometheus's revenge is. Let me look here. Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. The idea, I mean, technically what I could do, I'm going to be a little devious with this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have the wind traps blow into here, and hopefully that'll trigger to Prometheus's revenges. I think I'm going to try it, because I've never done stuff like this, so we'll see here. Hopefully that didn't just stop my research, but if it did, we can always build another one. So what I'm going to do here is now this one will trigger that one. Lost somebody out here in the world. Dang it, I lost 2 scientists. I'll send 2 more out there. Usually this is what happened though. And thankfully we have biochemists now, so they'll help a little bit. What we do is then this one will trigger that one. Or I guess what I could do is actually move. Well, it doesn't really matter because they'll both be over there, so they should both torch everybody there. But I'll do that. So this one is linked to that one. It's my fat. So that should now, hopefully, they'll trigger both traps at the same time, and they'll be blasted into there and then just get roasted from both sides. That's kind of the hope. We'll see how that goes. But honestly, I think this base took a little bit longer than I expected it to be built. But we've pretty much got it done now, so I'm not that concerned about it. Let's go ahead before anything else happens. Let's save it. Yes. Return the game because I don't want things happening again to the evil genius. Which, I mean, that was unfortunate, but it does happen. It was still neat to actually see the death cutscenes. I have never seen that before. I do kind of wonder if it's different for every evil genius, or is it just? Oh, great! Here we go with these guys. Yep. Let's go ahead and get him out here as well. Because this happens to my minions quite a bit too. They'll be running out to do something and then they just get mowed down for some reason. Why? Still not 100% sure, but just trying to kill a couple of them. Alright, arcade cabinet, good one to have. We lost quite a few valets. Seems like they are like the victims of this stuff like this. Oh, so where did it get breached at? It's over here. I don't really care about that place. So, what we could, I'm trying to think, put some arcade cabinets in while I'm thinking about it. At least put one in. We put it right. We'll put here. Put one on this corner. So yeah, a little expensive for this room, but we are getting our stats back up where they should be, so that'll help a lot. So we got that taken care of. What else do we really need at this point? We've already got everything built, so I'm going to turn these guys down to 15, and we'll go ahead and one last time we'll just try to get a couple workers in here, just so that we can have enough to help staff the base. Alrighty, so after about right at almost an hour and 45 minutes, we finally have the base back to a working order, and hopefully they will get this all taken care of, and then we don't have to worry about too much about traps anymore, or at least some of the agents, not all of them, but just the ones that fall into my traps. Where do I want to go now? We're working on the Siberia one. Do we want to do something over here maybe, because we do have some stabilize the stock market, or we can do the Samurai Sword Swindle. What we got? Oh, there we go. We got the biotanks now. Let's go ahead. How much are the biotanks? Biotanks are only 50,000. We'll go ahead and get those in here. Let's go ahead. We can move this item to maybe here. I'm trying to think of a way. Maybe right there. I know it's going to cover up one area for that for this thing here, but it's just the back side of that one. There we go. I know it's a little crammed in there, but pretty much this whole aisle here will be covered in machines as well. So, yeah, it should be about the right size though. And notice when I, looking at the money wise, now we're actually down to 300,000. That's about how much those rooms are gonna cost. So maybe kind of dodged a bullet a little bit, but we will get the money so we can build the rest of that stuff up. I don't know if anybody else has this issue, but I have an issue where, like, if I bend, there's every once in a while, especially when I wake up, is if I bend my knuckles and they actually will just get stuck, like closed. I have to actually pull them apart. And usually after that I'm fine, but every once in a while they'll just seize up on me and I just have to pull them out. It doesn't hurt or anything. It's just really awkward not be able to move your hand at all, at least open and close it. Alright, so what we could do, I think what we will do in this episode, because for the last hour or so, we're going to try to get all of the minions set up. So we'll get the martial artist, we'll get the quantum physicist, the diplomat, and the playboy. I think that'll be our big goals for this episode. We got the base up and running now. We get all the minions we can, and we'll get all the training area that we need. Because we got plenty of space still. We can still build our hotel here too. Didn't forget about that. Because I still want to do that because I think it'd be kind of fun. So actually, funny enough, we found the rogue scientist for Russia before we found the actual codex, which is interesting. But that's okay. Here's the quantum physicist. We could do that one relatively here soon. I'd like to try to find... There is I think it's on the west coast is where the Playboy is. And then... Is it the spin doctors out there? It does not have spin doctors out there. I thought I sent 3 out there. They might have died already because the soldiers might have taken them out. Okay, send those guys to the west coast here. I know that the Playboy's out there, and I think the diplomat... one is in the Middle East. One is in... there's Middle East here. There's a diplomat, and I don't remember... We got the martial arts already. So I think I know where all of them are at. I just got to go out and find them now. Which could be the fun part. I just noticed we are running a little short on power, so we get one more in there. So we have just enough till we can power the base. And not have too much excess. While I think about it, let's go ahead and save one more time. A little excessive with the save, maybe a little bit, but want to make sure that. Crap! Did I just save over the objective 6 one? I didn't mean to do that one. Let's do this one. Save. Yes. There we go. So we got the base back up and going. We're starting to actually go back out into the world and do some acts of infamy. Let the world know that we're still here and we're still fighting and we're going to take over the world. Alrighty, so we got all this going here. I'm trying to think if there's something else that needs to be done while we're waiting. I don't think there is. What? I don't see. I think he's just stealing gold, but that's. I mean, that's not terrible, but. Or what did he steal? He actually stole an. Oh, he stole the rug. Yeah. Forgot we had that one there. You know what? We can move the rug. Let's move the rug. We'll move it to the prison. A nice welcome mat for the prison. That'd be kind of nice. Dang it. Hide. Has he found it? Yeah, there he is. Awesome. Cool. So we found that one. Let's get them over to here, I think it is. No, I know the crown jewels are over there, and the crown jewels are actually a pretty cool one to have. So essentially, the crown jewels are kind of a harder one to get in Europe. Let's not. Let's leave them there. I was going to move them over to the Middle East to try to find the diplomat, but I'm going to have to get rid of the security door because it keeps giving me like false alerts. Just move it down to 1. So this seems to be going well. We'll get the last power thing in here. I think we'll be okay there. Hopefully we have enough people here. Our scientists can really start researching more rather than keep up training, which unfortunately that's kind of what they're having to do right this second. I haven't found anything out here quite yet. These guys can get back to stealing. Don't really want to generate too much heat in here, just because. I go ahead and move the guys, just because I don't want. Let's go ahead and get the third guy out there as well. Just because I don't want to generate when we do find the diplomat, but we can actually go out and get him. Is that the only one we're missing right now? I think that might be the only one because we know where martial artist is. We know where the quantum physicist is. So we do know, and we know where the Playboy is, which I think is actually the bottom one here, and then the diplomat should be here. So I think we're doing rather well so far. I think streaming Evil Genius 2 days a week is a little bit better because Thursday we can kind of set up for tomorrow. For Friday, and then Friday we actually go out and do more devious things. Anything over here yet? Does not look like. There he is. So there's a diplomat. So let's go ahead. Let's get these guys over to Europe. And the reason is I want to see if I can get the crown jewels. So what the crown jewels do. Once they do the research on them, you can actually get a gold enhancer, which increases the amount of money you get from stealing objects out or stealing items out in the world. So that's really nice. Oh, come on, let's do this. Let's see it. Oh, come on. Oh, did he? I was really hoping to actually see the guys in the trap. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get that, so. But oh well. We live and learn. So let's see how World's looking at this right this second here. Sorry, I've been not been able to been sleeping a lot less lately, but still okay. Still doing pretty good though. I mean, all in all, I mean it's been a little rough to be honest, but still here. Try not to get into the mic as much. Yeah, it looks like everything's working over here now. Still. Anything new? Doesn't look like it. Alright. The Golden Enhancer, I think you only have one of them, but they do increase how much money you can get from stealing out in the world, which is like 10 or 20%, which if you have $10,000, it's an extra, what, $1,000 every 60 seconds, I think? I think it's a little more than that, but you get the idea. I'm starting to see tourists come up again, which, you know, I think they're okay. I don't know if I want to really put a hotel up. I can. It's a big deal. I only got the lounge and the I've only got the lounge and the lobby so far. Is there a way maybe we can get the casino through research, maybe? See if maybe I can look it up real quick, see if maybe how to get casino. Oh boy. He's one of the super agents that showed up. Fun times. I figured we need the Bido tanks. Alright then. So it looks like we have to get through an act of infamy. So if that's true, maybe we should actually go out and look into doing that act of infamy then. Because I don't remember ever having a casino in this game, to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and do some plotting. It's down here where you have to get the casino at. So what I'll do is let's go ahead and plan out a little bit of a casino, or of a hotel down here that's not connected to the main base. Maybe we can start it down. It's a really interesting land here. Maybe we can do something like this. Because I do have the more modern patch, so it will allow me to build a hotel inside the mountain, which probably should have been all this time. Something like this. Kind of open up the lobby here. It's 23 grand just for that. Hotel double doors. We'll put once we can put up the counter, and then we'll put a nice grand piano down here. All right. So lobby bench there. We'll do the same on the other side here. Time clock up. And then where are the rooms at? There we go. Something like this. We will, well, really, he's right at the exit right when he tells me that. That's awesome. I'd like to put another room over here. I think that will work. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. And then we can put something like the lounge over here. We'll do something like this. Open it up this way. And yes, I think something like this will work. Put a nice tiki bar over here. Put a nice big dance floor over here. And then we put our lounge table. something like this. Something like that. I think that should be okay. Put one more there. And we'll put just the double doors in. That looks nice. And then what we can do, we can either put the casino, I don't know how big the room, we can either put it over here, or if we need be, we can put it over here as well. So I'm not, we'll put an entrance here and then kind of do like an L shape. Yeah. Can't put a double door back. Wondering if that has to be, move this down here. What kind of research we can do? Let's go ahead and just pay. We'll just do those. Some sort of minion statistic thing. Something like that. We have the disguise holding cell now. Cool. What? Disguise holding cell? Cool. Just lost 3 minions. Oh, crap. Hide those guys. And hide these guys. This also might be the reason why we had so many issues with... Oh crap, did they just burn in themselves? Alright, let's get rid of one. Psychologically weaken her. Kill both of them. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that would do that. Since I can't... Switch it back this way. I don't know, I'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. That's the phone. Gotta turn that one off. Let's go ahead and turn that off as well. So we got here, destroy the diamond mines and general disarray. Now, I don't. Funny enough, there's a couple references in here. I don't know if there's some that's probably true in here. Die Another Day. It's a hair salon, but if anybody knows where that come from, you'll know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and get them plotting again. But General Disarray is Professor Chaos's minion or henchman, which I think is hilarious. Which, number one, if I can play as God sakes, if I can play as Professor Chaos in the new Evil Genius game, I would love that so much, even if it's just a mod. What happened? Everything's on fire again. The laser beam trap's been destroyed. There's that. I think we lost. Alright, that trap's still there, so that's okay. I don't know what happened. Did the Red Ivan come back or something like that and just like phantom burst into flames? I don't know. Looks like we're not really finding too much. We're back down to one scientist again out here. Let's do something like this and see if maybe a biochemist might be a little bit better. For this mission, we need 8 valets, and we only have 3 right now because they keep getting killed. So let's try, and do we want to try to boost? Let's try to, let's get a couple more. We won't do one every second because we can't quite afford that right now. But, yeah. Fridge, I'm not sure what you said there, but so it seems like the automated system didn't like it, even if it was okay. Not 100% sure. Thought I had that fixed last time, but I guess I didn't. Uh-oh. Oh, that's the rogue scientist for that region. I didn't know he was down there. That's kind of neat. That's just like, what in the world is that? That's just a lake. I don't. Yeah, for some reason I thought I had that turned off to where it would allow some language, but I don't know why it's not. I really don't. I thought I had it turned. Pretty much, I thought I had that turned down to, allow language as long as it's not too excessive. I might have to look at that again. Once again, still rather new to this, so still getting used to that. Yeah, I don't care if you do, as long as it's not towards anybody. But that's just me. Nothing still yet. You come to think about it, you would think that if you were to get a casino thing, it would be in like Las Vegas. That would be my guess, but I guess not. So, how are we doing on training our minions here? The valets should be hopefully getting more here soon. Then we start working on that one mission to capture that diplomat. What do we need for the Playboy? Need 3 valets. We could almost do that one right now, I'll be honest with you. 3 valets. And the spin doctor. Yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll move our stealing crew over to here. And we can move our scientists over there as well. Just so that we have all that. Oh, we got the egg chair. Very important for an evil heir. If I quite have room to put an egg chair in here. Something like that. I know it's not perfect, but well, that'll be a quick fight. We rolled a little bit longer fight than I thought, but oh well. Nothing crazy going on here. They could probably get back to stealing though. Instead of just hiding. Let me make myself a note so I can look at Streamlabs, because I'm really it's really kind of odd that that it's doing that still. Maybe I had the settings still off, but I don't know. Let's get that. Grab a pencil. Go to work. Ooh, we got the salad bar. So I'm gonna put a salad bar in. Something like that. Alright, I've got a note for myself. Speaking of notes, let's note that they will not be living too much longer. What I might do is, just so that I can put, use this trap more, I might put a second strong room in just kind of temporarily. We got most of the base already built up anyways. I'll just build just something real simple like this, and then I want to go ahead. I'm going to keep this strong room because I like the positioning of it. I'm going to move the entrance to over here though, and so any person leaving or entering or exiting the base will have to go through this corridor here, and hopefully the trap will catch more agents than it has been. Still nothing there. What we got now? Ooh, we got the do not press trap. Don't quite know what that one does. Okay, fair enough. So that one doesn't really kill them, it just kind of distracts them. Alright, so looks like we got our guys over here now. Let's move our stealing team to over here. And then, are these guys good at... Yes, they're good enough. And so let's move these guys over there. Once we got them up over there, hit go on that. We'll get the playboy in here now, and then we'll just have to get the diplomat and the martial artist, which I'm not a huge fan of. It's probably the least liked minion that I have. And the diplomats, I mean, social minions are kind of down there anyways, but for military minions, I think my least favorite is gotta be the martial artist. Oh, come on. Alright, so they just lost a bunch of people there. Alright, so I want to get some more scientists down here. 1, 2, 3. I know Mariana Mamba's out there, but hopefully that one and done. Yeah, it just... I like seeing the whole screen filled because it's just kind of satisfying to see. But yeah, it's like that's what I would do. It's just like it's more worth it to me if get the scientist over here. It's more worth it to me if they had some weapons that can do ranged attacks. But I know to defeat Jet Chan you have to have at least one. So that's one of the reasons I do have them. We'll get 2 more mercenaries over here. Just get our group back together. Are they plotting? Yeah, they are plotting. Okay. Ooh, so we got the training equipment, which we should have, because let's see here. We'll put it right here. Will work. We will need to make this room a bit bigger. Not a whole lot much bigger, but big enough to where because we need to put a dojo down. We'll need to put a diplomat training area down, and we will need to put the quantum physicist one down as well. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the new game when this comes out. I don't know when it's going to come out. I know it says this year. I know they've talked about an open beta for this for a little while, for the new game at least. I'm 95% sure I signed up for it when I heard about it. I just haven't heard anything else about the game yet. I mean, I've seen the screenshots and everything, the videos, but haven't really seen much else to see what's actually going to be in the game. I hope really they kind of just stick to this kind of idea. Maybe tighten it up a little bit with how much you have to wait and things like that. But at the same time, I think, I think some new ideas. I love the idea of having both male and female minions for some reason. I just think it's kind of neat because, a little diversity I think is going to help because all the people look the same. And that just, to me, that's kind of But I think, kind of cut a little bit of a differential in how the minions look. I still like the art style of it. And it looks like this game, but it looks a little more modern too. And that's what I was kind of hoping. They have a little bit more features, like a fast forward would be amazing. Just stuff like that. So, and if we do get a little early, or if we get it on the day of release, we might stream it then, even if it's like a Tuesday or Wednesday release. I might switch some days around and try to play some Evil Genius on the day it comes out. At least the new one, Evil Genius 2 World Domination. Still nothing yet down here. I'm half tempted to start my casino up again, but I do need I need some more valets for those missions. Which, oh, it's for the, I'm like, I can't remember which mission that was. It was for this one. To get the diplomat. Those guys are still plotting. We got 3 scientists back down there. Good. So we'll go ahead and just, we'll start with 5 because usually that's about how many I need, or it's a good amount to not, if I lose a couple of them, I still have 1 or 2 to still train them. So yeah, not going too bad so far. But I've kind of noticed now that, excuse me there, the scientists have kind of just dropped off on the research now. And that's what kind of happened the first time. They were really kind of big into it, and all of a sudden they just dropped off and stopped. And I know a lot of them are doing training, and I think that's what happened last time. But it still kind of sucks. So we have our 8 valets. Let's go ahead and do that mission. I know it's not ideal to send all 8 out at once. It's a 5-minute mission too. Let's send another scientist. We'll bring up the other scientists as well. That's a long mission. And that's the reason a fast forward button would be kind of nice as well. To hopefully just, if you're just waiting on that mission to complete, then you would have, you wouldn't have to wait on that, or you're just waiting for people to get trained or whatever. Might be kind of nice. So that guy's getting interrogated. Nothing really much else is going on in the base. Mariana Mamba's running around still. Yeah, it seems like things are relatively quiet for now, which can be good or can be terrible, just depending on how you look at it. Still, that's what I'm concerned about. Okay, they're only poor ones. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to, start the casino up again, or the hotel up again. Maybe hotel and casino, I guess. There we go. We got the next. We got the Playboy now. Awesome. Which the social media, like the Playboy and stuff like that, will help with that. And it could be a better way to get some money in here. Still, I might not have enough, I might not have enough notoriety to get the casino quite yet. Which, if that's the case, then oh well. But if I'm hoping here we can find it, because that's what it said in South. It said South Africa is where you can find it. Let me look. Let's double check one more time. We had this issue last episode too, where things like the objective acts of infamy were not popping up for some reason, and we completed all the objectives up to that point, so I wasn't 100% sure why that didn't work, but Southern Africa. So yeah, so it's supposed to be here. All right. So I think we might just have to get our notoriety up a little bit, or just let them, wait there for a bit. Let's make sure that's not the front door. It looks like it is. No good. See if, oh cool. Did he not trigger those? What? Should have triggered those. we have our other one working up there. So for a little time, we won't have a huge storage room. But we'll have some money. And we don't have much money to begin with, but we do just want to turn this room. Strong room. Just drag it out like that. And then we'll back that one up just a little bit. And then like that. And then we go ahead and just build it real quick. Just so that it's a little more secure than the last one was. Make sure those guys are in hiding. Make sure these guys are in hiding. Matter of fact, if these guys can go join these guys in hiding. Hopefully we can get that down just a little bit more. 2 minutes 40 seconds is a lot better than the 5 minutes it was at. Cool. So it looks like we are ready to go on that mission. Just when that Agent of Justice goes away, we should be okay, and we should be ready to go. I don't know, we might lose a couple people here. We may not. I don't know. But then again, that's why these minions are here, to defend the base. So that is fair enough. Yeah, we're not too bad off. I am glad though we did we do have more than what I usually have. Usually I only have like maybe 5 or 6 marksmen, but I'm glad since we have the extra capacity. That way I just went ahead and got and just got a bunch more military minions. Starting to pay off a little bit better now. So. Still there. All right. Well, once again, it's a waiting game now. Let's go ahead and just get this room done too, so that we have the room for when more training comes later. Then we won't worry too much more when we get that archive or this strong room back up. We don't have to worry about people trying to steal our money more often. All right, cool. He's gone. Let's go ahead and get that mission underway. That's all I wanted to do right this second. I'm trying to lose my voice a little bit. But yeah, guys, I would encourage you. I might keep a poll up. Maybe do 1 or 2 polls a week. Just kind of keep get what you guys are thinking. But if you would, vote. I really do appreciate it. I kind of want to know what you guys want to see on the channel. Just for the next, for at least Tuesday for now. I might do one for Evil Genius once we finish the game here, and if the next game's not out quite yet, because they haven't really announced a release date for that one yet. We'll find something else to do. Don't quite know yet. I might do a lot of people I know, same kind of people who like watching the Tycoon stuff. I might do some simulations. I know I've got like Train Simulator and stuff like that, so we can maybe look into just doing something like that. Just see, because I know Train Simulator World just got a bunch of new stuff. We can also do stuff like maybe Starbound, like role-playing games like that, or Stardew Valley. I know there's quite a few games like that. I've gotten a lot of the achievements in like games like Stardew Valley, but it might be kind of fun to play on the channel, just kind of a chill stream until the new Evil Genius comes out. Then we can really hit it hardcore. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think something like that might be kind of fun to do. So, well, let's see if these agents actually get caught. Oh, no, because the trap's not rebuilt yet, so they won't get caught in the trap. So let's go ahead and get rid of them. So we just lost 5 people out here. That's not good. What kind of research can we do now? I bet you I know what that gets me. I could be wrong. I think that might give me the freaks, though, which is kind of cool. If you haven't seen those are pretty neat. Essentially, what we do is we take dead bodies and you reanimate them, kind of like a zombie. But these guys are much, much bigger, and are pretty much just like can be cannon fodder for you. But they do provide some attack as well. But they are pretty neat. 8 seconds left on that one. I'm gonna move my scientist back down to South Africa. We will need at least one more out there, if not 2. Yeah, only 2. That's not what I wanted to do. We'll do 3 down there. We'll get our guys back over here because the heat's died down just a little bit. Get them back to stealing. Well, alrighty, we got that. Let's see if we get some plotting going on. I might move them back up to Europe just to try to find the crown jewels. So we do need another diplomatic trainer. We don't have them quite yet, so I'll put that one probably down here, and they have a walkway through here or through here. And I can put I can move this one over to give us a little more room if we want it. But I do want to leave some room. The quantum physicist station is not that bad. The dojo is a little big, though. Oh, what is he doing? Say, usually people don't run in the laboratory, but if he's going out to get money, that makes sense. Here, let's go ahead and just move the guys because be a little impatient. I know patience in this game can kind of be a virtue, but I want to get them. I want to try to get some stuff going here. What else was try? Still half tempted to start the casino back up after we get all this built. I know our science minions or our social minions are running a little low at the moment. So it's kind of iffy. We want to do something like this. Let's see. We'll go ahead. We'll put the diplomatic trainer at the end of the shooting range. So then he can train to be a diplomat and avoid assassination at the same time. I think that might not be a bad idea. Hello, Enzimo. Welcome back. I am on the new island. We started the stream out today actually on the new island. So a lot of the episode, probably about half of it, it's been actually been building the base and getting everything back up to order. I think we're finally at a point. Really, it took us about the first 2 hours of the stream to get the base rebuilt to where we can actually, function quite, normally again. Yeah, well, great thing is, you might have missed a little bit of it. However, I'll probably go for a little bit longer today, maybe to about 4:30, because I'm not doing too much else today. But we actually can look or watch the part you missed on YouTube or on Twitch a little later on today. Yeah, you'll be able to watch it there. So if you do since you did miss some of it, you can go back and watch it. Usually right after the stream, it posts it on Twitch. And if not, it'll probably be up tomorrow on YouTube as well. Yeah, we kind of went with an interesting base design. I've been trying to get something a little bit different since I've been trying new things with this playthrough just to see if they'll work. So far, it seems like it's going okay. Yeah, no problem. I always post my streams on YouTube, usually a day or two after they go up, just so that because I know I have quite a few friends that like to watch it, but they're still either at work or they're doing usually they for some reason they can't catch a live stream. So I will always post it on there so they can watch it later. So, and I have no problem with please, if even if you can only catch the last 15 or 20 minutes of the stream, I'd be more than happy if you go back and watch the stream as well. Both are great things. So, any support like that is great. And I think if we can start, doesn't look like we're still having some issues here. Maybe getting past the first objective will open up a few more things in here for us. So let's try to get these guys over here to try to find that codex. We'll let the heat die down here. And there was an agent that popped up there, so I figured we should move. But once, let's get this honestly, let's get these guys into hiding. But once we find that codex, we can go steal this scientist, which isn't too bad to go steal. And then we can steal the codex. And if we can get both of those, I don't have any of the totems. So I don't know, I can't remember, can you get that on the second island? There was something like that where I know if you didn't get all the pieces on the first island, you can't get all of them, or because you leave them behind or something like that. But I don't know if you can get any of the totem on the second island. I haven't got any of the pieces yet on this. Let's on this playthrough yet. So I know it's nice to have. So we just got our diplomat. And it was something strange like that. It's like you have to either assemble it on the first island or it doesn't assemble, or if you get half of them on the first island, you can't get the other half on the second island. Yes, actually, hold on. If I can find him. There he is. So, last time we were here, or last time, I didn't have quite the patch set up. Yes, I did have that set up for last week's stream. And so I got him during the last stream as well. He's actually been a really neat henchman to have. But yeah, I do have that community patch set up. It's actually been working out really well. So it's neat. He's actually been kind of a fun minion or fun henchman to have. But it's like it seems like I got all the things. It's like I've tried the hotels in the mountains. I've actually planned another one down here. But it seems like also that this this is a little bit tougher game. It seems like it's a little bit slower than I'm usually used to playing. There it is. So there is the codex. So we'll need quite a few people to get that. But let's go ahead and get it, because I want to try to at least get this objective done for this, or for today's stream. So we'll get 5 guards, 2 mercenaries. We'll keep the 2 scientists there. We'll get 1 biochemist. We'll get a couple we'll get 3 spin doctors. Then I'll move the Red Ivan, stuff like that, over to there once we're ready to go for that mission. Yeah, hey, how are you doing, Enzima? I know, I think you might have missed last week's stream, but yeah, we've been doing actually Evil Genius 2 times a week now, which is awesome. We do it Thursday and Friday now from 1 to 4, just like normal. Probably go to 4:30 today just to have some more fun, just to kind of establish ourselves a little bit better on the island. We might be able to get that first objective done. Yay, I can make freaks now. Enzima, unfortunately, you can still see that it does do that still. I read your message. Yeah, I thank you for looking that up. I didn't think you could assemble it on the second island. I think you have to do it on the first. I swear I turned off that yeah. I don't know why I did that. I really don't. I thought I turned down the settings. I'm gonna go back and look, because I've already had another issue with that as well. But yeah, I'll get that figured out, and hopefully by tomorrow, I'll probably just do it right after the stream. I'll figure out. Hopefully that Streamlabs will back off a little bit, and then tomorrow's stream will be a little bit better. Hope you can come up for that one too. Because it seems like, at least recently, the first set of streams, Thursday we kind of set up to do a lot of Acts of Infamy, and then on Friday we actually started doing them. So that was pretty neat. So we're getting our guys out there. Do I want to rebuild one of these items over here? No, I'm going to go build a hotel, because I liked the idea the first time, but it didn't really work out as well as I'd like it to. But maybe now on the second island, it might be a little bit better. Who knows? I've also been looking for the casino. Still have not quite found that one yet, but we should be able to find it here soon. So where is these guys at? Taking the boat? Nope, looks like they might be taking the helicopter then. Yep, so they're being loaded up now, so should be out there momentarily. I usually start at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it's I know quite a few people are still at work during that time. I try to stream during usual lunch hours, so people can watch during their lunches, and then they can come back a little later and watch it after the stream's ended. But yeah, usually it's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so in Europe, I think that's 5 hours ahead of us, so it'd be about 5 to 6 p.m. I think UTC. Could be wrong about that. I know somewhere around in there. I think if I'm saying like Great Britain, something like that, it's about 5 hours ahead. So it'd be about 6 p.m. So right after dinner, or typical dinner time in America. So 6:30. Let's see. That means 5:30 would be. Well, hold on. So it's 3 hours ahead then. I'm trying to think. 1933 is 6:30. Yeah. So you're 3 hours ahead, so it would start at 4 p.m. your time. So we would stream from 4 to 7 p.m. So it's a little bit maybe of an awkward time, so that's why I don't usually mind going a little bit longer, because usually by then, yeah, correct. Me and Streamlabs are going to have a talk after the stream, because I think might be a little much on what they're doing there. I think when I told it to lay off on things like that, I think it would just double down. It's like, I'm going to attack everything now. I'm trying to think what I have to do. Yeah, so it's actually 4 hours. So I would start at 5 o'clock and go to 8 o'clock, if that's... Am I doing that right? If you're 4 hours ahead, I'd be going from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night. So, yeah, right after dinner in Europe, and right before dinner in America, so that's kind of how that works out. Some people are still... That's the problem. A lot of people in America are still at work when I stream. So I do talk... I get quite a few of those. Oh, hold on. I do quite a few people... they're attacking each other. I'm okay with that. I do quite a few people from America that watch it a little later. But hey, this is when I can stream right now. Maybe a little later on, I can try to do a more of a afternoon or evening one in America. But right now, it's pretty cool. I still get a good amount of viewers from this. But that's why I thought maybe streaming later on the day I might get more, but it's just, it's like I still might, it's still kind of a, I don't know So I think we're just kind of waiting on that. And while we're waiting on that, let me see if I can pop out and see. I don't think these guys attacking my minions. They are attacking my minions now. Let's go ahead and try to get rid of these guys before they do too much damage. I mean, my construction workers are actually doing pretty good. Yeah, it's like this is, I think, stream 11. I've been going for 1 month now, just 1 month and 1 day into streaming. Yeah, it's like I've been trying to just do 3-hour streams 3 times a week, and I think that's, so far it's been working out pretty well. So, yeah, I've been enjoying it so far. It seems like other people, either here on Twitch or on YouTube later on, a lot of people have been enjoying it as well. So that's pretty cool. Let me see, while we're waiting on that act of infamy, how much time we got left on? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I hit hiding while they were doing the act of infamy. Well, that just sucks. That really sucks. Alright, well, let's get 3 more workers out there. Let's go back to hiding. We lost all of our scientists. We'll need 3 scientists out there. I feel there's going to be quite a few clips I can make from this episode. We actually did have, funny enough, we actually did have an evil genius death earlier in this game. That was interesting. I've never seen the cutscene for that before. So that was a first. Here, we're running a little low on power right this second here. Let's go ahead and get another power generator, just so that we put it over 300, and I don't think we'll have to touch it then. And then we're running a little low on funds. Let's have these guys clear there. Let's go into steel. I know it's 50. Yeah, it was neat. I didn't know what that would do. It did end the game pretty quick, but there was a neat cutscene. So yeah, we're running low on funds. Nothing new. While we're waiting for our minions to get out, let me see if I can fix Streamlabs real quick. I'm gonna see while I have, while I'm thinking about it. Let's see here. Themes editor. Well, I know the game is still running. It's just the music. When I deselect the game, it does cut the music out just a little bit. I have never played Constructor. I've been thinking about what I'm gonna do after we get done with this one. Let's see. I don't care. Alrighty, I think that might have just fixed it. I'm not sure. Let's see. Go back into here. Yeah, I've been thinking. I've been giving some thought because Evil Genius, we have a limited time left on it. Once we get past, we're going to finish the game, of course. But once we get that, we don't have that much left. Maybe 2 weeks worth, maybe 3. But after that, I don't quite know what we're going to be doing yet. Let's get back at the game here. F1. There we go. So I don't know quite what we're doing yet. So I'm trying to find some other games. Kind of on Tuesday, we've kind of renamed it Tycoon Tuesday, so we could we can have play more Tycoon games this week. Huh. that sounds interesting. Might have to check that out. Sometime. Yeah, it seems like it'd be a fun game. I want to try to, I've been thinking about maybe games like strategy games or more like role-playing games on Thursdays and Fridays. Even since once Evil Genius is done, we might be able to do a set on Tuesday, a set on Thursday, and a set on Friday. So maybe do like a role-playing on Thursday and then like a strategy game on Fridays. That might be kind of fun. I might really go old school and like if we, cause I come to think about it, we could do something like, on Tuesday we do like a tycoon game. This week, or that's why I have the poll up. Trying to figure out. We're gonna play one of the airport games. Just don't know which one yet. And also we could, what we do on Thursday, something like once Evil Genius is done, of course, do something like either Starbound, because I've never completed that game, or Stardew Valley, something like that. Might be kind of fun. And then on Fridays, or we could do a strategy game, stuff like Age of Empires, something like that. That'd be kind of fun. Do something, because I actually have the Rise of Rome for Age of Empires 1 that I haven't got to play much of, which it might be kind of interesting to see, to play games like that. Or there's another one called Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. That was kind of like the Age of Empires of Star Wars. That's a really fun game, and I've got the clone expansion for that game as well. That would be kind of a fun one to play. So something like that I think would be kind of fun once Evil Genius is done, and we're still waiting for the new Evil Genius to come out. Because I don't think they've announced when that's going to come out yet, and with all that's going on right now, I don't think they will be anytime soon. But we'll see. Really looking forward to that one. I used to play Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds quite a bit growing up as well. That was like I used to play Age of Empires or to play that game, and I know me and my dad used to play it like against each other quite a bit, and that was really fun. We also tried playing. There was a game called Rebellion. It was Star Wars Rebellion. It's a little less involved. It's kind of an intense game because you got to know what you're doing because you're going across this whole galaxy. And that one's a fun game to play if I can figure out how to get the game to run more stable. That might be a fun one to play as well as a strategy game on Fridays. That one's a little more in depth, and I have beat it, but it took a little bit longer. So we'll get that mission going again. Hopefully that won't take too much longer, but we'll see. But it's really kind of cool. We were talking about streaming a little earlier, and maybe doing it later in the night. It's hilarious because I usually always have about 4 or 5 viewers always watching, which is awesome, and I really thank you guys. But it seems like every time I upload a video, there's at least one person's like, at least on the Evil Genius ones. Roller Coaster Tycoon ones are kind of iffy. But it's hilarious. It's like every time I put up an Evil Genius video, like, great, this is awesome. Please do more. So it's awesome to see that people are still liking games like this. Yes, I haven't really checked out Good Old Games. I'd have to go look it up and see what it is. I actually have Rebellion on Steam. I think it was like $4 on there. And even through Steam, it has issues. So I don't know if there's a patch out there, maybe like a community patch that would make it run better. I think maybe it was only meant for like Windows 7. While the game originally, I think, was for Windows XP, maybe a little earlier than that, and maybe like Windows 2000. And they're still trying to stretch it out to like Windows 10. So I don't know if there's maybe a community patch that might be out there that would help or not. I don't know 100%, but if that might be a fun game to try out as well. I'm trying to think what other games I might have that would be fun like that. I've got things like Stonehearth, which is a little bit more of a city builder, or City Skylines. I know they just released today. They released They released new DLC. It's Sunset Harbor, I think it is, which looks really interesting. But with City Skylines, I've always I like playing City Skylines. It's a great game, but at the same time, I have a little issue with it because, well, at least with the DLC, because it can get quite expensive for all of them they've put out there. I'm kind of 3 or 4 of them behind, so I don't have all the content for that game either. But no, I like stuff like that. I like, but it's just trying to pay for either DLCs or trying to get the best updated game. Like what I might, I've been gotten a couple mentions or a couple games to look at, which I've trying to keep up with a little bit. I usually try to put them on my wish list so I can see when they're on sale too. So that does help. But I think it'd be interesting to do, just have 3 days, just 3 separate games, just to try to see, what I might be good at streaming. Just kind of fun, But really, that's what that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. I don't, right now, I don't make money off this at all. I do literally just do this for fun to entertain people, both live and later with video on demand. So, if we'll see. I have thought about doing donations once we get to like affiliate, but affiliate is still being worked on. There's a couple things I still need to get the affiliation with Twitch. We're getting close though. I just need to get more viewers and more followers. So, but it seems like every stream I get, a little more every time. So that's awesome. I'm just kind of chewing away at it. So this is almost done. 1 and done. So let's go ahead. What do we need down here? I think do we need the same thing? No, we need something a little bit different. We'll move everybody down there though, just so that we can see what we need. Move Ivan down there, and the 1 worker. I know we need workers down here. So we have the 2 spin doctors. We get 2 valets and 4 workers. That's going to drain our workers, but we'll have them start stealing a little bit down there, just so that our heat's still extremely high in some of these areas. But it looks like really, if we can just kind of keep it to maybe 2 areas at a time. They like to send soldiers after me for some reason, and I don't know why they do that. But there is the codex. Looks very nice. It's like, so if you guys have any ideas, I do have a suggestion box. I take it back. I got rid of the suggestion box for now. So I think that I might put up another poll up, because I do have a poll. I'm gonna try to do a poll at least once a week. I have a poll up there right now of what game we should play next Tuesday, and maybe I'll put another poll up there that says, hey, what kind of games would you like to see on this channel? Would you like to see a little more role playing, things like Stardew Valley, Starbound, stuff like that, or more strategy games like Age of Empires, Star Wars Galactic Battleground, stuff like that. So yeah, I think that might be a good lineup for me. I'll let you guys tell me what you think. I know, if you're able to catch a live stream, it's actually kind of fun. Well, obviously we can just sit here and chat, which is awesome, and just talk to each other and see what's going on. It's kind of nice having a little bit, a small community of people who like playing games like Evil Genius and Age of Empires, stuff like that people enjoy, because you can, especially with the small screen, we can actually interact a little bit better. But so far it's not been too bad at all. So let's try to get rid of these agents. It doesn't seem like the trap's working as well as I'd like it to. So just walk right through the trap. So not 100% sure what I can do to fix that, but I'll figure it out sometime. We got our people here. We got everybody we need. We have got Red Ivan and enough guards and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get that guy going. Got some research we can do. Let's do that. So there was something I wanted to do while I was thinking about. Oh, I don't have heavy machine guns for my mercenaries. let's get that installed. I know it's $10,000, but we'll get that set up there. I think we had enough to put our last power generator in there, so we're doing good on power. But I don't. This past week, I've actually been kind of going back to some. Like I started playing Minecraft again. I haven't really played that much. I was playing I was watching the Achievement Hunters. They were doing they did their 12-hour live stream last Saturday. They actually did an hour or two of hardcore Minecraft, and I had never really done it, so I was kind of curious how it would work. And I enjoyed. I'm still alive in that game, so that was kind of fun. I don't think Minecraft really kind of would fit in with this because it's well, I like the game. It's rather a good thing. Good thing to play. I just don't think it would fit well with this because with Minecraft, I did try doing a Let's Play series with it on YouTube, and to me games like that are a little bit better with friends when you actually have a massive map like that. You can actually get 3 or 4 people going and doing different things. I think that would work out a little bit better. This is just me right now. Probably staying away from games like that. But so that's why I'm looking at more single player games like that, or Space Engineers. I think Space Engineers might be kind of fun, but might be a little bit better with another person or 2. Because I know that DLC just came out, the Frostbite, I think it's called. And I've played that a little bit. That's actually kind of fun. Still, how are we doing down here? About halfway. We still got quite a few minions. So hopefully that'll be okay. That's what I was concerned about. Yep, that's what I'm concerned about. Hopefully our military minions are better than their military. I don't count on it right this second, but we're doing okay. We actually took care of them pretty well. We also divided them up a little bit too, so that's one brave technician for just sitting there trying to repair that door while it's being shot at. Well, it's quite a few minions there. So I think maybe after this Act of Infamy, we're going to pause in our Act of Infamy because I think the rest we can do at the base. So I know having Red Ivan at the base is not the best idea in the world, but get these guys done. There we go. Let's get those guys back here. Cool. So we'll get the codex and analyze. Essentially, we're just trying to figure out how we want to do everything. So we have our big guns up. We do. So they're going to get those here shortly, and then we really need to stop for just a little bit and let our guys train back up, so we're not, at a loss for people. I know something that's going to hold us back is trying to get enough workers to actually, get enough workers to actually replenish them. Yeah, I don't know what's. You know what? I didn't reset this trap. That's probably why it's not working, because it's actually not linked to anything. Oh, I am an idiot. That's probably why. Oh, our hotel's done, by the way. I really forgot I actually built that. Well, that's done. That's pretty neat. Oh, there's nowhere to check in, though. I just realized that, too. Let's get that put in there. Yeah, but I just realized that, yeah, there is no way to there was nothing hooked up to it. My bad. Yep. Oh, it's raining a little bit. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's go back inside. Yeah, I think everything. Let's go ahead and turn off. We'll turn off the. Oh shoot. We'll go ahead and turn off this room so we have the max amount of minions out in the base to replenish stats and things like that. Go ahead and get rid of these guys. Glad to see Red Evans back. He has turned every one of our minions and agents invading the base into birthday candles. Yes, that is the hope, to trying to get the hotel to generate a little bit of cash. Especially since we have, I mean, these minions are we're starting to train up a little more of the higher end minions, so hopefully they'll be able to keep that place going for a little bit longer. Love how they can just jetpack through the base. Now, those are Saber soldiers. That's not usually good. Where is that scientist, by the way? Is that? That's not him. Oh crap! Well, I might have just lost the rogue scientist. Oh yeah, he's dead. Well, that sucked. But yes, I have had 2 super agents show up so far. Both this is Mariana Mamba and Jet Chan. So, well, that kind of stinks. I was hoping to let's get that codex going again. You know what we could do? Well, we have some heat on us. Might just go ahead and get the last minion, the quantum physicist. That might help us a little bit. Look at all these soldiers out here, though. Holy cow. I don't know if they're all. I mean, they're 2 separate agencies. One's returning home because they've already killed the scientists coming out after or coming for us, and then yeah. So that kind of sucked. Yeah, let's get the body out of the hotel, please. Thank you. Our room service to the lobby. We have just a body bag, please. Nothing inside of it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get, if we can get the hotel up and running and the casino up, because I'm trying to find that still. We can actually try to get that, you know, working. And it really sucks that we lost that scientist. Alright, so let's go ahead and send some guys out here. A scientist, 3 technicians, and 4 workers. And we'll also need a couple mercenaries. Red Ivan's going to go out there, and we'll throw a couple spin doctors out there just to make sure that we can keep the heat down. Or, you know, we just have the hammer soldiers just assassinate them. That's fine, too. I still really haven't found a good way to get rid of soldiers yet. I know the trap will probably help, but like the diplomats, they're just gonna. Oh, hold on. You know what I could do is turn this off, so hopefully he turns around before he gets assassinated, or not. Looks like they're running the other way, which is good. Problem is, they're just going to get killed by those guys. Alright, cancel all this. Go back to the base. I think that's Red Ivan right there, yeah. That's not great. Our military is still kind of lacking from the last fight, which... If this sounds familiar, this is pretty much what happened the first or second episode we played Evil Genius, where the Brainiac machine. Pretty much what happened is right at the end, by the time we were starting to wrap up, we totally lost every minion we had. Let's delete one of those, and then yeah, a lot of the base was blown up. It was just not great. Oh, they just shot Mariana Mamba. That was kind of uncalled for. It was funny, don't get me wrong, but it was kind of uncalled for. Of course, both groups of soldiers are going to show up at the base at the exact same time. I don't know if this is going to end well for us. Well, at least Red Ivan's out here, so maybe he can at least catch everything on fire. So let's do this. Let's get all of our henchmen up here. See if maybe I can run some interference with this guy. I don't know where he's at, though. Throw the monkey! No, can't throw the monkey. The monkey did not like that. No, I don't have the disguise entrance unlocked yet, which is unfortunate. There we go. Red Ivan doing his job. Once again, we lost our trigger to the trap. I don't know if this is really going to end well at all. I might have to go back to an old load or old save and try to go back from there. Does not look good. Maybe we can hit them hard enough in the nose that they'll run. It's always funny to watch social minions fight. We're down to one guard right now. That's not good. Yeah, might not be a bad time for a red alert. Oh, we need some research. Why don't we? Oh, of course, we can. We actually can get the lockers with this one. I get a feeling this isn't going to end very well. Well, I'm trying to turn it down to that. So as you can see here, we have no guards or technicians or valets. We're running low on spin doctors and marksmen. Well, guys, that's quite a few people gone. It's going to take us a while to actually get back to where we can do things. So what am I doing? I'm going to save the game here. Oh, of course, now Mariana Mambo just shows up too. You know, it's just been a day. He might lose this fight, you know. Psychological. Red Ivan's back. He has lost one life. That's not good. Red Diamond's already lost one life, so he might lose a second life. Man. The dude's like, do we even have any social minions left? But we do. We have some. Hey, can you help out? Really? Well, Red Diamond's down to one life. That sucks. But he can train for new roles. That's awesome. Alright, guys. What I want to do is, since half the base is on fire, and we'll have to do some rebuilding before we do, I think I'm going to end the stream here. And then when we come back tomorrow, same time, I'll have the base repaired and have most of the guys retrained so that we can start try to get the mercenary minion back again, as well as try to get the next that objective done, because I think there's one or two more you have to get that objective done. So we'll save the game here. Kind of wish I could go a little bit longer, but unfortunately I think it's just going to be sitting here watching people get trained. So you know, kind of a boring way to end a stream. So I think right there we'll kind of leave it like a little bit of a cliffhanger. Well, guys, thanks for coming out. I do appreciate it. There's quite a few twists and turns in there, and I think it'd be quite fun. It was quite fun to do. I kind of wish it would end it a little bit better than that. However, that somehow that's how it goes sometimes, unfortunately. But I'll be back tomorrow, same time. We will be playing Evil Genius once again. So thanks for coming out, guys. I do appreciate the help. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.